Sophia felt the city pressing in, the relentless traffic, the hurried pace, the constant noise. It was all too much. Her shoulders ached, her head pounded, and her mind raced with a never-ending to-do list. Evenings brought little relief, the city lights blurring into a constant anxious hum. Sophia longed for escape, for a moment of peace in the overwhelming chaos of urban life. One weekend, she decided to visit a nearby forest she had heard whispers of. People spoke of its tranquility, of its ability to soothe even the most troubled souls. Hope bloomed in Sophia's chest. Maybe this was the refuge she desperately needed. Packing a small bag with essentials, she set off, leaving the city behind in a cloud of exhaust and unfulfilled dreams. As she drove, the cityscape gave way to rolling hills and flashes of green. With each mile, the tension in Sophia's shoulders eased a fraction. The air, no longer thick with exhaust, took on a crisp, clean scent. Anticipation replaced anxiety, a sense of hope she hadn't realized she'd been missing. The forest, she felt, was calling her name. Finally, she arrived at the forest's edge. Leaving her car behind, Sophia took a deep breath and stepped onto the soft, yielding path. Immediately, the oppressive weight of the city seemed to lift. The air, cool and fragrant with pine needles and damp earth, filled her lungs. Above, sunlight dappled through the leaves, painting intricate patterns on the forest floor. The city noises faded, replaced by a symphony of birdsong and the rustling of leaves in the gentle breeze. A sense of calm washed over her, a stark contrast to the frantic energy she'd been carrying. Sophia walked deeper, each step taking her further from the city and closer to a peace she hadn't realized she craved. The path opened into a small clearing bathed in warm sunlight. A crystal-clear stream gurgled nearby, its musical burbling a soothing melody. Wildflowers in a riot of colors dotted the clearing, their delicate beauty a stark contrast to the harsh geometry of the city. This was it, Sophia realized, a sanctuary where she could finally exhale. Sophia sat at the base of a towering oak, its rough bark a comforting presence against her back. She closed her eyes, surrendering to the symphony of sounds around her. The rustling leaves, the chirping birds, the gentle murmur of the stream, each sound weaved together into a tapestry of pure tranquility. For the first time in weeks, her mind felt still, the incessant chatter replaced by the forest's gentle hum. She opened her eyes, struck by the vibrant life around her. Butterflies danced among the wildflowers, their wings like stained glass against the blue sky. Squirrels chased each other up the trees, their playful antics bringing a smile to her lips. Even the sunlight seemed different here, filtered through the leaves into a soft, ethereal glow. The forest, she realized, was a living, breathing entity, and she was enveloped in its embrace. As minutes turned into hours, Sophia felt the tension draining from her body. The city, with its demands and deadlines, seemed a world away. Here, surrounded by the sights, sounds, and scents of nature, she found a peace she had almost forgotten existed. The forest, she realized, held a healing power she had only glimpsed before. Section 4. Sensory Symphony of Peace. The gentle warmth of the sun on her skin, the soft caress of the breeze on her face. Sophia drank in the sensations, grounding herself in the present moment. The scent of pine needles and damp earth filled her senses, a sharp contrast to the exhaust fumes she usually breathed. Each deep breath brought a sense of clarity, a cleansing of the city's grime from her lungs and her mind. She leaned back against the oak, feeling the rough bark against her skin. Closing her eyes, she focused on the symphony of sounds that surrounded her. The gentle rustle of leaves, the chirping of crickets, the distant call of a woodpecker. Each sound was distinct yet blended harmoniously with the others. It was a symphony she had never truly stopped to appreciate, a testament to the intricate beauty of the natural world. Opening her eyes, Sophia looked up at the canopy of leaves above. The sunlight filtering through the branches created a mosaic of light and shadow, a mesmerizing dance of nature's artistry. She watched as the leaves swayed in the breeze, their movement as fluid and effortless as the flow of the nearby stream. In their elegant simplicity, she found a sense of peace she had been yearning for. Section 5. Nature's Gentle Messengers. A rustle in the undergrowth drew Sophia's attention. A doe, followed by two spotted fawns, emerged from the trees. They moved with a grace that captivated Sophia, their eyes big and trusting as they drank from the stream. For a moment, time seemed to stand still. The deer, in their quiet serenity, embodied the peace she had found in the forest. As if sensing her gaze, the doe lifted its head, its eyes meeting Sophia's for a fleeting moment. In that instant, Sophia felt a connection, a sense of shared tranquility with these wild creatures. They too had sought refuge in this sanctuary, finding peace and sustenance within its embrace. The encounter felt sacred, a reminder of the interconnectedness of all living things. The deer family, after quenching their thirst, melted back into the trees, leaving Sophia with a renewed sense of wonder. Their presence felt like a gift, a reminder of the purity and innocence that still existed in the world. It was a stark contrast to the harsh realities of the city, a beacon of hope in a world that often felt cold and impersonal. Section 6. Return to serenity. As the sun began its slow descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Sophia knew it was time to leave. But this time, the thought of returning to the city didn't fill her with dread. She carried the forest within her, the peace and tranquility woven into her very being. The city might reclaim her for now, but she knew this was not a goodbye, but a see you soon. Standing at the edge of the forest, Sophia took one last deep breath, savoring the fresh air and the lingering scent of pine. She closed her eyes, picturing the sun-dappled clearing, the gentle stream, the family of deer. These images, she knew, would be her touchstones in the days to come, reminders of the peace that awaited her amongst the trees. With a renewed sense of purpose, Sophia turned and walked towards her car. The city lights beckoned in the distance, but they no longer held the same power over her. She had found solace in the embrace of the forest, a sanctuary where she could return to again and again, to reconnect with herself and the healing power of nature.